Namaste, Hare Krishna. My name's Nemi, B.V. Nemi Swami. I'm a monk in the Vedic tradition, specifically the Vedic Vaishnava tradition. We celebrate the relationship between the individual spiritual being and the supreme divine spiritual being. Like Christianity, Islam. I like to tell people that I'm a social monk and a scientific monk rather than a religious monk. And I'd like to be a spiritual monk. Because I see religious people do really strange things in the name of religion, and I want to dissociate myself from that. I'm a member and proud to be practicing in the Vedic tradition. At the same time, I don't feel myself to be a member of any specific grouping within that tradition. When I was young, there was a very successful television program, satirical television program called That Was the Week That Was, TW3. And I thought that I would begin to do a very, very short overview of the week to come called The Week to Be, TW2B, TW2B. Completely different mood from that TW3. So coming up, this is the first week that I'm doing this, and we have a really powerful week ahead of us. In our tradition, we celebrate the appearance and the disappearance of great personalities. And because they're the key to developing devotion to the Supreme Divine, Krishna or Radha Krishna. On Tuesday, the appearance of a very great personality, Advaita Acharya, or the teacher Advaita. He came about somewhat less than 600 years ago. And his coming was a precursor to the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, who's one of the main figures in our tradition. Lord Chaitanya is a historical personality. He appeared he's recognized as a great saint, a great mystic. He appeared and he specifically spread the chanting of the holy name as a recommended process of perfection in this age, and he distributed a very, very sublime form of love of God, love for the Supreme Divine Personality. So Advaita Acharya came before him, and actually Advaita wanted the Lord to appear. He wanted the Lord to incarnate, and he was calling and worshipping. It's said that he was shaking the throne of the Lord in the spiritual world. And so the Lord came, Lord Chaitanya came. So Advaita Acharya is a very, very wonderful personality. On Tuesday, that is, Tuesday the 12th. And then Thursday the 14th, is the appearance of a very powerful teacher called Madhva Acharya. Acharya means teacher. So Madhva, he appeared in South India. At that time, the influence of impersonal philosophy was very, very strong. The Mayavad philosophy, the idea is that everything is one, Brahman. We think that we're individuals, but actually we're not individuals. Somehow or other the Brahman, the supreme truth, has been covered by illusion, and under illusion we think that we're individual parts, but actually when we wake up from illusion we'll see that everything's one, and we're part of that oneness. We are God, and everything is God. This is actually in opposition to the Vedic Vaishnava philosophy that actually we're eternal individuals. And Madhva Acharya, he came and he preached dualism, difference. He really emphasized that. Very, very powerful teacher. Then on Friday, the next day, there's also the disappearance of another very great teacher, Ramanuja Acharya. Ramanuja Acharya is a really powerful teacher. He arrived in the city Ramanuja Acharya is a really powerful teacher. He arrived in Srirangam just after his spiritual teacher had disappeared, had left this world. But he noticed that his spiritual master had 3 fingers. The body, his transcendental body, had 3 fingers stretched like this. So he made a vow that he would take sannyas, that he would make a commentary, and that he'd make a commentary on Bhagavad Gita. And in this way, he fulfilled the desires of his teacher even after his teacher had disappeared. So he also taught the Vaishnava philosophy. He had many adventures in opposition to different groups, sometimes violently opposed to him. So he's another very, very powerful teacher in our tradition. Now on Saturday, the 16th, it's Ekadashi. Ekadashi is a special day in the month. There's on the 11th day of the waxing moon and on the 11th day of the waning moon is Ekadashi. And on those days, it's very favorable to fast from, at least to fast from beans, peas and beans and like that, and also from grains, any kind of grains, wheat, rice, bread, and so on. It's very, very favorable. And the serious devotees, they fast completely, even without water for the whole day. It's a holy day. It's not just like an auspicious day for fasting, it's a holy day, and it's said that actually Krishna himself, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Divine Personality, actually lives in that day. My teacher, my Gurudev, he said, Ekadashi is not a day, it's Krishna. So it's very, very auspicious day to fast, but actually fasting means upavas. In Sanskrit, upavas means coming closer to the Lord. So it's a great day for becoming free from distractions and for spending more time in chanting, meditation, studying scripture, and just becoming closer to transcendence. It's this Ekadashi, it's a very special Ekadashi. The lunar day is slightly longer than the solar day, and this particular day, it's called Trisprisha, touching 3. It means it touches Dashami, the 10th day of the month, and it's Ekadashi, and it also touches Dvadashi, the 12th day of the month. So it's a very, very auspicious day to observe Ekadashi. And that particular day, it's not only Ekadashi, but it's Vraha, the appearance of Vrahadev. So the Supreme Lord has different moods. You know, when we have different moods, sometimes somebody's angry, or they're happy, or they're in an enjoying mood, and we have different faces, different bodily attitudes, and so on. The Supreme Lord doesn't just have different faces, he has different bodily forms. It's the same one personality appearing in multi-forms, multi-incarnations, according to different particular moods. So Vrahadev, the Lord appeared in the form of a gigantic hog. Why? Because the earth had fallen into the water at the bottom of the universe. I won't go into the Vedic cosmology on that one. I'll just take that as read. And pigs, if you ever go to India, you'll see how pigs are rooting in dirty water looking for things that are, for us are very unpleasant, but for them that's food. So the Lord, with his transcendental humor, he took the form of a hog, he dived into the water, he brought the earth up, floated the earth on the water, and then challenged the great demon called Hiranyaksha. And they had a tremendous battle, and the Lord defeated the demon. So this is Vrahadvadashi, the day when the Lord lifted up the earth from the pits. It's what we need now. And then the next day, Sunday, 17th, is Nityananda Trayodasi. Nityananda for us is such a wonderful personality. Lord Nityananda. I mentioned Lord Chaitanya, the form of the Lord who came he appeared 550 years ago. And he spread the chanting of the holy name as the special process in this age. And he also spread the most sublime form of transcendental love, spontaneous love to the Supreme Lord. I mentioned that he's a great saint and mystic. Actually, the Vedic literatures predict his coming, and they explain that actually Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality himself, who's come in the form of a devotee in order to experience the sacred love of the devotee towards the Lord. This is a great mystery. The Lord knows everything, he's capable of everything, but he doesn't know the love of his devotees to him. So the Supreme Lord appeared as his own devotee to experience that beautiful love, to give a wonderful example of that love. He was so absorbed, constantly absorbed in that word, like a mad person. And also to distribute part of that love to everybody. So when Lord Chaitanya came, he was accompanied by Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is like his senior, older spiritual brother, so close. So Lord Chaitanya is the original Supreme Personality, Divine Personality, and Lord Nityananda is the original Guru, the original spiritual master, extremely merciful, extremely kind, reaching out to the most fallen in order to help them to come up to the level of spiritual love for the divine, which is our original position. So that's the week to be. Tuesday, the appearance of Advaita Acharya, teacher Advaita. Thursday the 14th is the disappearance of Madhva, teacher Madhva Acharya. 15th is the disappearance of Ramanuja Acharya. And the 16th is Ekadashi and the appearance of the Lord as Vrahadev, the boar incarnation. And then 17th is the appearance of Nityananda Prabhu. Have a wonderful week. Namaste. Hare Krishna.